A 93-year-old African man named Mike Ejeagha sits outside a hut in his hometown of Ezeagu, Enugu State, Nigeria. Gathered around him, a group of children sit on the ground beneath a mango tree, eagerly listening to the fascinating story behind a song he released in 1983 at the age of 53. The song's catchy chorus, Enyi Na Aga, Gwo 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 Ngwo, captures. In a time long ago, deep in the heart of the forest where animals ruled as kings and warriors, there was a mighty kingdom known far and wide for its beauty and wisdom. This kingdom, rich with lush trees, flowing rivers, and golden savannas, was home to various creatures who lived together in relative harmony. At the center of this kingdom stood a grand palace where the lion, who was king of the animals, reigned. Despite being fierce and powerful, the lion was a just ruler who was beloved by his subjects. However, he had one pressing concern: his only daughter, a beautiful lioness who had reached the age of marriage, but refused all suitors who came her way. The king's daughter was known not just for her beauty but also for her stubbornness and pride. Suitors from far and wide had come to win her heart, but none were able to meet her high standards. She was determined to marry only someone who could fulfill a fantastical wish she held close to her heart. She dreamed of riding through the village on the back of a live elephant. Her fantasy was so grand and unique that it seemed nearly impossible for anyone to achieve. And that was exactly what she wanted, a challenge that would separate the truly deserving from the ordinary. The Lion King, though frustrated by his daughter's whims, decided to humor her request. He sent word throughout the kingdom, announcing that whoever could present a live elephant to his daughter would win her hand in marriage. The announcement caused a stir among the animals. Some thought it was a joke, while others took it as an insult. After all, elephants were not just ordinary creatures, they were powerful and majestic, often ruling over vast territories themselves. The idea of capturing one and presenting it as a gift seemed absurd. Many of the kingdom's bravest and strongest animals attempted the challenge. The leopard, known for his speed and agility, tried to outmaneuver an elephant but found himself outmatched by its sheer strength. The buffalo, with its massive horns and unwavering courage, charged at an elephant, only to be met with a force he could not overcome. Even the rhino, whose armor-like skin and fearsome horn made him nearly invincible, returned empty-handed, unable to subdue the mighty beast. As days turned into weeks and weeks into months, it became clear that no one could fulfill the princess's wish. The animals, once hopeful, were now resigned to the fact that the challenge was beyond their reach. The kingdom was abuzz with talk of the impossible task, and the Lion King himself began to lose hope that he would ever see his daughter wed. But just when all seemed lost, an unexpected contender stepped forward, a creature no one had considered capable of such a feat. It was the tortoise, a small and seemingly insignificant creature, often overlooked by the more powerful animals of the kingdom. Yet, the tortoise was not to be underestimated, for he was known for his cunning and wit, qualities that had allowed him to survive in a world where strength often ruled. The tortoise, with his slow and deliberate gait, made his way to the grand palace where the Lion King held court. The other animals, seeing the tortoise approach, could not contain their laughter. They jeered and mocked him, their voices full of disdain. "What can you do that we haven't already tried?" A hyena cackled. "You, who can barely move without getting stepped on, think you can bring back an elephant?" a leopard sneered. But the tortoise paid them no mind. He had long learned that the strongest reactions often came from those who feared what they did not understand. The tortoise was confident in his plan, and he knew that laughter would soon turn to silence. When he finally stood before the Lion King, the room fell quiet. The king, intrigued by the tortoise's audacity, leaned forward on his throne, his golden mane shimmering in the sunlight that streamed through the palace windows. "You, of all creatures, believe you can accomplish what even the strongest among us have failed to do?" The Lion King asked, his voice a deep rumble that echoed through the hall. The tortoise bowed respectfully before responding, "Your Majesty, it is true that I am not strong like the leopard, nor fast like the cheetah, nor fierce like the rhino. But wisdom and strategy can accomplish what strength alone cannot. If you grant me your blessing, I will bring you the elephant your daughter desires, and I will claim her hand in marriage." The Lion King, his curiosity piqued, considered the tortoise's words. "Very well," he said finally, "I will grant you the chance. But be warned, Tortoise, failure will not be tolerated. The tortoise nodded, unafraid. He had no intention of failing. The tortoise knew that brute force would not win the day. Instead, he needed to rely on something far more powerful, his cunning and the trust of his friend, the elephant. The tortoise and the elephant had been friends for many years. The elephant, with his vast size and gentle nature, had always admired the tortoise's wisdom and cleverness. It was this friendship that the tortoise intended to leverage, though it pained him to deceive his friend. One afternoon, the tortoise made his way to the elephant's dwelling. The elephant lived in a part of the forest where the trees were tall and the grass was lush, a place where he could roam freely without fear. The tortoise found the elephant grazing peacefully, his enormous body casting a long shadow across the ground. "Good day, my friend," the tortoise called out as he approached. The elephant turned, a warm smile spreading across his face when he saw the tortoise. "Oh, my little friend. What brings you here today?" The tortoise, with his usual calm demeanor, began to explain. "My dear friend, I come with great news. The Lion King is hosting an Ofala in 2 days, a grand festival that is the most prestigious event in all the land. And guess what? The king has invited you to be the chief of the occasion." The elephant's eyes widened with excitement. The Ofala was a festival of immense significance, an event where only the most honored guests were given the title of chief. To be chosen by the king himself was the highest of honors. "I am truly honored," the elephant exclaimed, his trunk swaying with joy. "I must prepare at once. But tell me, how will I reach the palace in time?" The tortoise smiled, the wheels of his plan already turning. "The king has instructed me to come and pick you up in 2 days' time. I will lead you to the palace, where you will be greeted with the honor you deserve." The elephant, trusting his friend completely, agreed without hesitation. "Very well, I will be ready. Thank you, my friend, for bringing me such wonderful news." The tortoise nodded, hiding the guilt that gnawed at him. He knew that what he was about to do would test the very limits of their friendship, but he also knew that the prize at the end was worth the risk. 2 days later, the tortoise set out early in the morning to meet the elephant. But true to his nature, the tortoise was not known for his punctuality. By the time he reached the elephant's dwelling, the sun was already dipping low in the sky, casting long shadows across the forest floor. The elephant, who had been waiting eagerly, was growing impatient. As soon as he saw the tortoise approach, he could not hide his frustration. "You said I would be the chief of the occasion, but you came late to pick me," the elephant said, his voice tinged with disappointment. "The sun is already setting down." The tortoise, ever the smooth talker, quickly responded, "Don't worry, my friend. We will get there on time. The king has assured me that everything will be ready when we arrive." The elephant, though still uneasy, nodded and followed the tortoise as they began their journey. But the tortoise's slow pace soon began to irritate the elephant, who was eager to reach the palace before nightfall. "Please, can you hurry up? Let's get there on time," the elephant urged, his large feet thudding against the ground as he tried to encourage the tortoise to move faster. But the tortoise, who had no intention of hurrying, replied calmly, "My friend, you know that I am not as fast as you. But if you carry me on your back, we will arrive at the palace sooner." The elephant, desperate to make it to the palace in time, agreed.